Now we will consider false information gain as the evaluation metric. So what is this false information gain? This is the evaluation metric which will be considering the support count. When I say support count, what is support count here? Here the support count refers to the number of positive examples covered by the rule. So information gain will be depending upon only the number of positive examples covered. Uh, the first metric, evaluation metric, which we have studied, that is that will be dealing with those rules whose coverage is very poor, right? That is likelihood ratio. So likelihood ratio will be considered for those rule set and the rules whose coverage is very poor. Next, we learnt about M estimate and Laplace, which will consider coverage into picture and then calculate the uh, quality of the rule. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to consider false information gain. So, this evaluation metric will take support count into consideration. So when I say support count, it is nothing but the positive classes that has been covered by the rule. So, let us see how does this work. Now let us say we have an initial rule. So initial rule with respect to a particular class, which is a plus I have taken here, that is positive class. Let P naught and N naught be the number of positive and negative examples covered by this particular rule. So P naught here represents number of positive examples covered and N naught represents number of negative examples covered by this rule, initial rule, whichever is there. Now what I do is for this initial rule, I'll add one conjunct. I'll add one conjunct. Say after adding the conjunct, the rule becomes this. So this is the new rule for me. Based on this rule, what I do is now I calculate number of positive and negative examples covered. That I am going to consider it as P1 and N1. So hope you have understood what we are doing here. We have an initial rule. For that initial rule, whatever we have P naught and N naught, we calculate. Now, students, if you remember, when this is an empty antecedent here, when I say empty antecedent, it means what? It means it will consider all the records present in the training set. All the records present in the training set, correct? Empty antecedent means it can be anything. Since they have not mentioned, we can put anything here. So with respect to that, when I say P naught and N naught, it is nothing but the number of uh, positive examples in the given training set and number of negative examples in the given training set, which is N naught. That is because I am having an empty antecedent here. Now what I have done, I have added one conjunct. Say suppose among the several attributes present, I have considered one attribute value pair and I have taken it. So with respect to this new rule, what I do is now I calculate what is the number of positive examples covered by this new rule, which I take it as P1. And I also calculate the number of negative examples covered by this rule and I take it to be as N1. So that is what I am going to do. Now suppose I add one more conjunct. Now I add one more conjunct. So in such cases, what will be my P naught and N naught? This P1 and N1, what is there now? It becomes P naught and N naught when one more conjunct is added. Because the new rule that I get will be A and B. A and B. Okay, so in such cases, P naught and N naught value will be whatever we have values for this particular rule here. And what will be P1 and N1 value? That will be the values obtained for the new rule, and it goes like that. Okay, so initially I'm starting with an empty antecedent, which means that I'm going to consider the training record that is given to us. How many positive examples are covered in the training record and how many negative examples are there in the training record. After addition, after getting the new rule, this I am going to consider. Okay, so once your P naught, N naught, P1, N1 is identified, we can easily identify the false information gain using this formula, which tells that this is not this FIG here, which I have considered for the simplicity reason. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to consider it like this only. So it is just foils information gain. I have considered this as f subscript ig. Okay. So p1 into log 2 p1 by p1 plus n1 log base 2 p0 by p0 plus n0. So here p0 and n0 represents the positive and negative examples of the original rule. P1 and N1 represents positive and negative examples covered by the new rule. See why I am stressing this again and again is in exam the question might be like anything. So if the questions is like the previous examples that we have considered wherein you had given the training record and then two rules, and if they ask you that, then that is well and good, no confusions will be there. That is because I can directly consider P0 and N0 to be as the value from the training record. Suppose they have given you the question, if they have twisted the question and given like you have a initial record and these are the values that is covered and one more conjunct is added and then the new rule is this. So if the question is like this, then your P0 and P1 values you have to be careful while considering it. So for that reason I am telling it. So when you have P0 and N0, this for the original rule, whatever original rule or the initial rule. So if the initial rule, if you have only one rule given, then the initial rule becomes your training record. If there are several rules given and if they ask you to do it, and it depends upon the initial rule that is given to us. As of now, we'll solve problems with rules and the training records given to us. Okay. Now consider this example, same example as we have considered earlier. The training record has 60 positive examples and 100 negative examples. So for this, I have to find which rule is better with respect to files information gain. So here, first we'll consider record 1, and the formula is this. So what is P0, N0, P1, P0 value, N0 value, which one you will consider? Since the initial rule is not given to us, they are telling that we have to find whether this rule is better or not. What I do is P0 and N0, I'll consider it from the training records. Okay. P0 and N0, I'll consider it from the training record, considering that initial rule is an empty antecedent. I'll consider that initial rule is an empty antecedent. When empty antecedent is there, what did I tell? I told you have to consider the training record. So consider the training record and identify P0 and N0. What is the training record that we have? The training record says that it has 60 positive example and 100 negative example, correct? So with respect to this, what will be my P0 now? P0 will be 60. That is, P0 always indicates the number of positive examples covered. What will be N0? N0 will be 100. Why it is 100? Because it represents number of negative examples covered. And what will be P1 and N1? This P1 is the number of positive examples covered by the new rule. So what is new rule? This given rule is the new rule, because initially I had empty antecedent. Now I have some conjunct being added. What is conjunct? It's not given here. They have just told the number of records that are covered. So I consider this as the new rule. So what will be P1 value? P1 value should be 50. What will be N1 value? N1 value will be 5, because P1 represents number of positive example covered after adding the conjunct. Pn is nothing but number of negative examples covered after adding the conjunct. So this is the conjunct added and the records that it covers is given here. So according to this observation, we have P0 value to be 60, N0 value to be 100, P1 value to be 50 and N1 value to be 5. So now I'll substitute this in the given formula and take the value of that. So R1 will be, so when you calculate this, you will have the value to be as equal to 63.8752. So this is the value for R1. Similarly, find value for R2. So R2 is covering 2 positive examples and no negative examples. So identify P0, N0, P1, N1, substitute in the formula. So P0 will be 60, N0 is 100 because that is from the training record, and P1 is 2 and n1 is 0. That is because P1 is nothing but number of positive examples covered here, and N1 is nothing but number of negative examples covered, which is nil, right? So the value will be, it is equal to 2.83, correct? So the value is 2.83. Okay, now let us compare the information files information gain value for R1 and R2. So information gain value, files information gain value for R1 is 63.8752 and for R2 it is 2.83. So when I compare it, I'm going to get it to be as that R1 is greater than R2, therefore R1 will be the better rule. So this is how you perform your files information gain. Thank you, students. If you have any doubts or queries or for feedback, you can write back to me. Thank you.